Hey guys, welcome back to Curious Minds, and in this video, I'll be talking about how those baking powder, soda, and yeast work, and where does honey gets its color from, and two more topics. Now, let's start with how do baking powder, soda, and yeast work. Baking powder, soda, and yeast all serve to relax the dough and make it rise by producing bubbles of carbon dioxide. Baking powder creates carbon dioxide by means of chemical reaction with sourdough. It's produced by the bacteria, and with yeast, the job is done by the tiny individual yeast fungi. This is how baking powder, sourdough, and yeast produce carbon dioxide to relax the dough by producing bubbles of carbon dioxide. Now, baking powder contains two salts that react with each other. These are usually sodium bicarbonate and an acid salt. The chemical reaction occurs as soon as water and heat are introduced. This is why dough only rises once it's in the oven. Now, however, the volume of the yeast, dough, and sourdough increases prior to baking, and lactic acid and acetic acid bacteria in sourdough produce carbon dioxide from sugar at temperatures between 20 to 35 degrees Celsius. Yes, so they produce at temperatures between 20 to 35 degrees Celsius. The single celled yeast fungi create carbon dioxide when fed with sugar and water and are exposed to temperatures at about 32 degrees Celsius. This is why sourdough and yeast dough had to rest in a warm place before baking. The heat of the oven at any temperature above 45 degrees Celsius can kill off the bacteria and yeast fungi. Now we're gonna see about why doesn't honey have to be stored in the fridge. Honey is widely thought to be the only food that does not get spoiled. This is because of its high sugar and low water content, which makes it an environment in which bacteria and other microorganisms cannot multiply. Honey also contains certain enzymes and aromatic acids that are effective against microbes. Now, the 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 ratio in which water and sugar are present in honey is honey contains about 70 to 80% of sugar and only 15 to 20% of water. Added to this, there are small amounts of pollen, proteins, flavorings, minerals, vitamins, enzymes, and other proteins. Unlike sugar, which is pure sucrose, honey contains various kinds of sugar, especially glucose, fructose, and small amounts of sucrose and dextrin. The exact proportion of various sugars determine how long it will take for a particular honey to crystallize and harden, which even the fridge cannot prevent from happening. Now let's get talk about what gives honey its color. The color of this sweet natural substance comes from the color of the nectar or honeydew collected by the bees. The term honey color usually refers to a warm, slightly orchid shade of golden yellow. Although different varieties of honey have very different colors, from pale yellow to raspberry honey, through reddish brown honey, chestnut, and dark brown forest honey. So the lime honey has even greenish thing. Yes, the lime colored honey has also some shades of green. Now, the standard RAL color chart used throughout Europe lists the typical hue of Asia between golden yellow and maize yellow. However, the transparent and the luminous color of all honey fades as weeks or months after, depending on varieties it crystallizes and sets. So that's all about honey, guys. Hope you enjoyed this about honey and you have learned something. Why doesn't honey have to be stored in fridge? This is the reason. Now, why doesn't glue stick to the inside of the tube? Solvent glues consist of about 30% of adhesive and 70% of solvent. Now, the lateral component being organic molecules or water, only when the solvent is able to escape, the remaining molecules stick together. Yes, only when the molecules are able to escape, these two stick together, the two things. Now, this can happen inside in the tube itself if there is a large enough hole. However, tubes are usually made with aluminum or a synthetic material with a smooth surface that provides with adhesive molecules with a few sticking opportunities as possible. Super glue in a tube consists of adhesive only, but this too requires a contact with air from which it captures the water and starts a chain reaction among its molecules, causing it to harden. This can also happen inside the tube if moisture gets in. So, this is why glue doesn't stick to the inside of the tube while it sticks to the outside of the tube. Now, let's get to onions. Topic about onions which we are gonna see about is why does chopping onions bring tears to your eyes? Yes, onions contain sulfur compounds that are released as soon as a knife cuts into the vegetable. The substance that causes the greatest trouble is the compound known as S oxide, sulfur oxide, which really rises into the air and combines with water in our tear ducts to form stinging sulfuric acid, which is what makes us cry. This is why the only way to stop chopping onions being such a tearful business is to prevent all, at least some of the oxide getting into our eyes. This could be done by cutting your onions underwater, turning your face away, or wearing protective goggles. Even wearing contact lens help. Also, the more corrosely you chop the onion and the sharper the knife, the lesser the oxide is released. It is not clear whether it's helpful and chill the onion prior to chopping it. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you like this video. If you don't forget to hit the like button, and for more videos don't forget to subscribe to Curious Minds, and if you have any ideas don't forget to suggest in the comment box. Until a good video, this is me Curious Minds signing off. Bye.